Hopping over to some music news, hip hop music is making headlines in Billboard magazine, but not exactly for positive reasons as of this story. Billboard posted this article which reads 5 reasons why 2023 has yet to yield a number one hip hop album or single. And, Joe, I have to say, not exactly the headline I was expecting to see.
Oh, we've been so used to over the last, 25, 6, 7 years of like hip hop sort of unwrap, sort of dominating, right?
100%. It was, as it says here, this is the first time since the late 90s that hip hop has not had any form of presence on these charts. Of course, the article making note that this time last year, there was already 6 different albums in the number one spot, Joe, that had went through rotation in the hip hop field. Of course, Gunna, Lil Durk, Tyler the Creator, Pusha T, and Kendrick Lamar were the guys who were up in there. Now at this point in time, we're looking at, we're in the same timeline, 0 rap hits. Now they also had a couple of hypotheses as to why this is actually happening for the viewers to see. One of the main reasons is that rap is not relatable anymore, Joe. And I think that that's one of the big things. They talk about, these guys giving us views from the top. We have people rapping about how much money they have to blow. We have people rapping about traveling around the world, blowing all these, amounts of cash. I don't think people can really relate to that in 2023. And that's a big part of it.
Yeah, I also think like it's fierce competition with pop, right? Like pop is just so strong right now and dominating in every sense of the word. But it's like, it's weird. I understand what hip hop and rap fans are going through because that's what rock has been going through for quite a while now, right? But rest assured, because true fans, true music, true artists will always exist, right? Rock doesn't need to be, or metal never was in the mainstream, to be honest, right? And yet we have Metallica, like we're going to talk about later, just doing stadium tours, like at Pink Floyd level. So I don't know, man. I understand, it is a bit shocking, but it's just, more of the same. The more things change, the more they are sort of the same,
No, it's very much true. And of course, the point being made of the comparisons between hip hop and pop are, I would say, very valid as well. The article goes on to explain how we're seeing artists like Harry Styles, artists like Taylor Swift being on an absolute massive, incredible run. And as hip hop becomes more sort of mainstream and more sort of in the pop scene, it does breed a lot more competition from that scene, Joe, which makes sense. I mean, it even goes on to mention that songs like Lil Uzi Vert's Just Wanna Rock and Players by Coi Leray were both top 10 hits on the Hot 100, but they were mostly played in clubs, which then lends to more competition with artists like Dua Lipa and Beyonce. So it really kind of does make sense why we're seeing a decline.
Yeah, like it's like anything else, right? We're sort of like when shorts came in, right? It's great shorts and everything, but it hemorrhages your views from your normal traditional video. So there's only so much attention span to go around. Obviously now, like you can promote to the entire globe at this point, but it's just so much competition. Just even with just watching TV shows and movies, I can't keep up, and that takes TV shows and movies take a while to make compared to even just music. So I don't know. I think it's just like everything is just sort of super vast. Like we always speak often about like, hey, have you heard of this YouTuber? And shocked when people don't know. And this guy's at 30 million subscribers.
Exactly.
Never heard of him. So weird.
That's the thing. Somebody's heard of him though, right? There's just too much to catch up on. No, that's a really good point. So maybe we can give our predictions. I don't mind jumping in to start as to where hip hop could be. If you ask me, personally, I would say we're definitely seeing a decline that's here to stay. I think the biggest trend that we've seen in hip hop, even in the past decade, Joe, has been the intertwining melody and intertwining pop elements. Look at the biggest rappers in the world, a guy like Drake, even a guy like Future. He has a very melodic sounding voice. It's not necessarily just about rhyming and necessarily just about bars. So my prediction is it's going to continue to merge with pop until maybe it just becomes pop. I don't know.
Well, that's it, right? It's had its peak for a long time, and eventually now it's just sort of tapering off. And like you said, everything is just sort of blending, right? So it's like a lot of I noticed in the 2000s, all those sort of like R&B, like Usher, right? Or like hip hop guys, all of a sudden had to start singing or have melodic content in their stuff because, the trap element came into play and all that stuff. So it's just an evolution, right? Like same thing with rock. It's funny that I mentioned Metallica before, but at this point, Metallica is almost considered classic rock, right? Because they've been around for a while and have such a big catalog. It's almost like classic rock, although I'll probably never ever say that. But
no, it's true though.
But I agree with you in the sense that it's just going to sort of, for over the next, I don't know, maybe 5 years or 10 years, it'll just sort of just stabilize, and it's going to have its base of millions and millions of fans. And yeah, it's going to, I don't know, something's going to happen, right? Something has to come new out of it for it to sort of maybe, find new life and new fans and stuff. But I'm also just thinking now, the whole rock star, you had hip hop people become rock stars pretty much, right? Like, and rock star, not necessarily tying to rock music, but just in the sense of popularity.
The attitude. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of them, are getting in trouble or causing stuff or, unfortunately taking their lives or, getting shot, whatever. So I'm wondering if sort of that also is starting to wear thin on people, like with all the Kanye stuff and not Future. Sorry, I was thinking Travis Scott, right? With the whole crushing of the audience, all these lawsuits, the RICO case. I don't know. I'm just riffing here, thinking out loud, but
no, you're completely right. I mean, that's actually what I was just thinking. I mean, we look at even the last couple of years, some of the best and brightest people, guys who were, being praised by people who were in 90s hip hop. A lot of these guys are dead or in jail. We lost Juice WRLD. We lost Mac Miller. We lost Young Dolph. We lost Takeoff. Young Thug is in jail. So yeah, you're right, Joe. I think a lot of the greatest talent is actually not even making music anymore. So it's a very strange and sad situation, but,
I was just going to say this. No matter what, the Dogfather is still kicking ass.
That's right. Hey, we will never get rid of Snoop Dogg. They should call him Snoop Roach. You can't kill him.
Yeah, exactly. He's always doing well,
Let us know what your predictions are for hip hop music down below in the comments.